Mr. Graves.
Miguel, absolute pleasure to be here at the Horrible Imaginings Film Festival with all you lively people. Tonight, you're about to see 3 shorts, stories really, reflecting the 20th century's anxieties, our fears. I like to peek into the mind of what makes us afraid. Don't we all?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, to me, atmosphere is the most important thing for me as a filmmaker. That goes for my music, the films. I'm trying to carve out a tiny little space where there is a sense where you're kind of lost in it. You know, you kind of meander within it. This one, again, is a little more conventional in some respects than a lot of my other more more experimental, outrageous works, but it doesn't matter. Either way, music has always been a huge part of creating that atmosphere. Well, the costumes are very simple. I mean, again, I always create, and again, this was put together very quickly for very little money, and we shot in 3 days, sweltering heat, in this little house, and it was adjacent to the place I shot in Acropolis Legion, just outside of Toronto, and we had to run a bit. But it was like, I kind of grew it again out of the phone, out of the music. The music always comes first too for me. I make the music first, I find the tracks first, and I build it out of that. And from there, I wanted to keep the costumes very monochromatic and very simple. She always wears white, everything always flows. When she's wearing clothes, she wears white. And then this witch, which is actually obviously herself. Is this movie really a portrait of madness? I guess so, aren't they all? But it's always black, so you have black and white in color. So it's these 2 monochromatic things that the 2 figures represent, and then this kind of explosions of Baroque color around them. But when it comes to the genre, when you really want to go deep, you don't need logic. And I find a lot of horror films, especially when they try to explain themselves, shoot themselves in the skull. I don't think they need them. I think there's a majesty and beauty when you kind of turn off the conscious mind and instead rely on the interior mind and that kind of Freudian reptilian id. And I think Scorsese said this about his movies. You don't, when you're interpreting them, they bypass your brain entirely and you feel them viscerally in your gut. And to me, that's the beauty of films like this, and also the beauty of what you can do with a film.
For us as horror fans, I feel like we want to see something new. We want to see something that reflects our essence in the modern world. We want stories to be told from all diversities. And hopefully with Welcome to the Horror Show, we're doing that to present different perspectives for horror fans alike, that they can see things on the screen that go, that's the world I live in. Those are the fears I fear. And at the same time, maybe laugh a little bit.
That was a good catch by you, Joe.